Welcome to SVG-TV News for Friday, December 4th, 2015. I'm Lafren Fraser with the details. The issue of the economy was top of the agenda when leaders of the two major political parties here in SVG met with students of the St. Vincent and the Grenadines Community College in interactive sessions separately yesterday. In his presentation, leader of the Unity Labour Party, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, told the students that this country has the lowest debt to GDP ratio compared to other OECS countries. Dr. Gonsalves says that while his administration could have operated under a surplus, a number of the programs would have had to be slashed, and the people who rely on these projects, such as the home help care, would have suffered.
We have the lowest debt to GDP ratio inside of the OECS. I'm not putting Montserrat in it. So that these are the facts. Now, I can run a surplus on the current account. I can run the surplus on the current account by not giving any increases to the public servants, which I'm just doing. I can run a surplus on the current account by cutting numbers of staff, which I'm not doing. I can do it by not having the whole program for home health for the elderly. That I could cut out the YES program, the SET program. I can do away with the housing program. All of those things didn't exist under the NDP, I can do that. But I cannot give the Farmers Support Company, which I started, $6 million a year.
Dr. Gonsalves accused the NDP of wanting to implement austerity measures in order to gain a surplus.
The program for economically disadvantaged student loan. If you don't get a scholarship and you have matriculation qualifications, you will come to the government with the economically disadvantaged student loan, and which I've guaranteed already since 2002, $90 million for economically disadvantaged students. I could cut all those, and answer you and tell you no. Just like the NDP says in the manifesto, that they will have a surplus within 3 years. The only way I am telling you can have a surplus on the current account within 3 years is to carry out austerity and cut. Now they're running away from that because I called them out.
The leader of the New Democratic Party, Arnim Eustace, is highly critical of the NESDEC organization, which he says has been muzzling non-government organizations. Eustace told the college students that the ULP government has not been able to give civil servants a salary increase over 5 years because they've been entangled in the umbrella organization NESDEC that curbs trade unions from defending the rights of their members.
So they can in fact negotiate with the government for the wages and salaries of their employees or their members. That is why for the last 5 years there has been no salary increase for the civil servants, because the trade unions are sitting in desert with the government, determining government policy, and therefore they can't go against it when they have to defend their workers. So I believe all those institutions should be put out of desert and operate on an independent basis. How would I feel as leader of the opposition if I was a member of NESDEC? Ralph says something I have to agree? No. We must have a level of independence to defend the rights of the people who we represent. And that doesn't happen now. That is why there have been no negotiations for 5 years for workers' salaries in the public service.
Eustace says that his focus to improve the economy is not about austerity measures, but about knowing where the monies could be most useful.
Financial situation. And that involves us in a number of activities that will arise because of our present state. And one of those activities is to look carefully at what aspects, what sectors of our economy that we can improve, provide additional income for government. Not only for the private sector, but for government to cover the deficits that we face. It is not an easy task, but it can be done. And I'm telling you, we know, and I know how to do that. That has been my life experience. And as I said earlier, I've had the opportunity to provide similar advice to other countries in the Caribbean region.
With his party seeking a fourth term in office, leader of the Unity Labour Party, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, told supporters in Barely last night that the support he and his party have been receiving is what keeps him going, which makes him feel stronger than ever. Highlighting the projects undertaken during his 14 years as Prime Minister, Dr. Gonsalves noted improvements in healthcare, housing, tourism and education, citing efforts to enhance opportunities for disabled individuals, especially students, noting that he believes everyone should be treated equally.
We make certain that persons with disabilities, we have them on public assistance, because most of them come from families which have challenges, and we make sure that they every single month get the necessary financial support. We have also made certain that all the new buildings we have constructed, all of them, you look at the new primary schools, you look at the one at Peter's Hope, and all these schools are built with ramps so that if they have any difficulties physically, we can put them in wheelchairs and the wheelchairs can go up the ramps. Our educational work is to have them properly integrated in the families. And those who do not have proper accommodation, we have a Life to Live program, and we put on rooms, bathrooms with proper facilities to help these persons with disabilities.
Dr. Gonsalves said that the ULP has strived to uplift the poor, vulnerable and marginalized as they are concerned about the well-being of every single Vincentian.
We are the ones who facilitates every time Special Olympics come around for substantial payments to be made to the organization Special Olympics, school with children with special needs, or persons with special needs, and we provide support for them to go to the Olympics. The last occasion, I personally delivered a check from the National Lottery to them for more than $50,000. I want to tell you that today we recognize them. And we thank Almighty God for the blessings of all our children and persons with special disabilities. And we will continue to do everything to lift them up and to make them worthy and meritorious citizens. And we affirm yet again that they have lives to live, and we will ensure that they live their lives in comfort and dignity.
The ULP leader further thanked the people of Central Leeward and in general all Vincentians for their continued support since the 2001 general elections in giving the ULP the opportunity to represent them. He noted that while their representation was not perfect, they have and will continue to deliver once re-elected.
Nobody promised perfect governance. We promise you good governance. We promise you excellent governance, which is what we have delivered. All of us are going to get perfect governance when we go on the other side of eternity, and we are in the embrace of our Father in heaven, election, but yeah, we do the best that we can with the resources which are available, with honesty and a pure heart, and that is what we have delivered for the people of Central Leeward, with goodness and with excellence. And we have promised for you in the next 5 years an even better harvest.
With 5 days to go before the general elections on December 9th, leader of the NDP, Eustace, is warning voters not to engage in illegal voting activities. Eustace, who was addressing the gathering at Sign Hill where his party held a rally, says that those who break the law will face the courts. The NDP says that this is not about serving threats, but about ensuring that there is a free and democratic electoral process in the country.
And all those persons who feel who have the view that they can cheat, we will catch you. And I promise you one thing, those who we find, they will pay the price. We will take whatever action is necessary to ensure that elections are as free and as fair as possible in this St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That is what democracy is about.
The NDP's East Kingstown candidate also pledged to ensure that the economy is restored.
I promise you that this team here, working with myself, we will transform the economy and change the future. The future is now faced. We will change that future. We will bring to you a level of prosperity that we have not seen for many a day. We will bring to you, as we indicated, better health care. We will bring to you a society that is worth living in. I don't speak idly on these matters. I think very deeply about them, and what decisions are to be made, we will make them. I don't lie to people to promise anything. What I say, I mean. And what I mean, I will do. And I know that come the next election, this constituency will be the constituency of the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Former area representative and the current ULP candidate for Central Leeward, Sir Louis Straker, said that he is extremely grateful for the honor his supporters have bestowed on him from 1994 to 2005, having given him 4 terms as their representative. A confident Sir Louis went on to thank them in advance for electing him on a 5th term come December 9th. Noting that he had not planned to be back in active politics after deciding not to contest in the 2010 general elections, Sir Louis said that he is back, rejuvenated and ready to serve his people.
When I saw what was coming upon us, we could not allow the NDP to take their seat and to get back in government, because this would mean disaster for this country. They've had 17 years in government, parliament, and we were not satisfied with what they have done. But I would dare say, for the 15 years that the ULP has been in parliament and in power, Central Leeward has benefited greatly by the representation that you have had from Louis Straker and Maxwell Charles.
He reiterated that from one end of the constituency to the other, there is evidence of the progress that the people have gained under the ULP administration, whether it is in education, housing, tourism, and healthcare development, all of which he said will continue when the ULP is re-elected.
In Cane Grove, we have a Golden Year Center where we can have our senior citizens spend their golden years and enjoy life to the fullest. 2 learning resource centers, 1 in Layu, 1 in Barley. 2 secondary schools, 1 at Buckerman Bay and 1 at Peter Soup. 2 tourism centers, 1 at Wallinabu and one at Palmas Mountain Road in Layu. The best waterfront in Layu, any place in the region here, where people can go even at night with their little snack and sit down and enjoy the moonlight on the sea. There are many things we have accomplished together, but without you, without your support, without your advice, we would not have been able to do it. And I tell you, we have great plans in the future for you here in Central Leeward.
The New Democratic Party candidate for West St. George, Dr. Jules Ferdinand, says the Unity Labour Party should be ashamed to be boasting of having some 6,000 Vincentians on social welfare or poor relief. Dr. Ferdinand, who was speaking at Wednesday night's rally at Sion Hill, said that this has been wastage of state funds, which could have instead been used for generating jobs.
Out our manifesto, and you have seen where we will create opportunities in agriculture, in information technology, in tourism, in arts and in culture. This team, this winning team that will earn the rights of our people to govern from the 9th of December is committed to creating employment for our people. We will not be satisfied with saying to you, we will increase the number of persons on poor relief. What an embarrassment that you want to say that you now have 6,000 people on poor relief. You should be ashamed to say that. More than that, you could have used that money wisely and create employment for our people.
The Democratic Republican Party candidate for North Central Windward, Haron Grant, says that he will not participate in bribery and reminded the other three political parties here that this is against the laws of the country. According to Grant, this is one of the reasons why persons should throw their support behind the DRP, because the party has candidates with integrity and value the foundations upon which the country was built. Grant says that this party truly cares about SVG and will assist persons who are poor, hungry, vulnerable, whether or not they vote for him on election day.
Some people are asking me, how much you paying me to vote for? I'm not into that. I'm not into it. Even if I had millions of dollars, I would not buy one single vote. I won't buy vote. Bribery is against the law of Vincent and the Grenadines.
That's right. Tell them.
I'm not a lawbreaker. I'm a law-abiding citizen.
That's right.
Even if you ask me for 25 cents in order to vote for me, I will not give you that 25 cents. But if I have $100 and you want to put food on the table for your kids, I will give it to you, even if you're not voting them.
Yes, that's right.
That's the kind of heart Coleman has. That's the kind of heart Haron has. That's the kind of heart DRP has. That's the kind of heart we put on the ballot.
Grant asks party supporters and non-supporters alike to support the change that the DRP and its slate of candidates can bring to SVG, and further urged persons not to get wrapped up in family politics, bribery and lies, and on election day to vote for him and the DRP for a change.
Recognize the change, accept the change, make the change.
Yes, that's right.
My dear people, it's you that have the power in your hands. That X is very precious, and that's why I'm not trying to buy it. I'm not trying to buy it for it. I want you to sacrifice that like how I sacrifice myself for you. Because I made the sacrifice for the people of Canada, the people of North Central England, and the people of St. Vincent and the Grenadines. So I'm begging you, on election day, make that sacrifice for me. Put your heads next to the heart. It's the only party with the heart. The only alternative hope for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. That we are free.
more local news, 30-year-old Denzel Sam, a resident of Otley Hall who was wanted by the police for several reported offences, has been caught and was this morning escorted before Chief Magistrate Rachel Brown to the Serious Offences Court. Sam has been charged for having in his possession one firearm along with 7 rounds of .38 ammunition without a license at Otley Hall on December 3rd, 2015, that was yesterday, to which he entered a not guilty plea. He is also accused of attempted murder on the life of Dexter Rodney of Rockies and having in his possession a firearm for the purpose of committing the offense of murder on October 1st this year. Court prosecutor Corporal Kenrick Williams objected to his bail, stating that Sam is the subject of investigations with regard to other offences in St. Vincent and Grenada. Williams said that if bail is granted, Sam will be a flight risk. With regard to the gun and ammunition charges, the trial date has been set for December 15th, 2015. The other 2 charges, which he was not allowed to plead to, have been adjourned to March 7th, 2016, when the preliminary inquiry is expected to begin. Sam has been remanded into custody. Christmas came early for the students of the Dorchester Hill Government School with a Christmas party today. The children received gifts, snacks, and sang Christmas choruses. Speaking at the Christmas party, acting principal of the school, Patricia James, expressed gratitude to sponsors SVG Broadcasting Corporation for continued contributions and support of the activity over the years.
And on this point, I would like to thank SVG for their TV for their continued support to the school, and we wish them all the best for the new year in all their programs and plans and whatever they have. So next year we would be bigger and better. Okay? Yes. Once again, thank you, SVG-TV.
Here's a highlight of some of the performances from the children.
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Come on, ring those bells like a Christmas tree. Jesus is the King, born for you and me. Come on, ring those bells, everybody sing. Jesus will remember it's your birthday.
That injection of Christmas spirit was so needed. A marvelous heritage of Amerindian strength of spirit with European governance linked with African inventiveness and complemented by Asia's resilience philosophy has carved a unique Vincentian society, and thanks to Great Expectation or GE planners, persons got a glimpse of it all at an exhibition held earlier this week at the Bridge House under the theme A Taste of Our Vincy Past. Patrons were exposed to unique Vincentian craft and art pieces, exquisite Creole dishes, cultural performances, and visual presentations depicting the island then and now. Organizers and sponsors of A Taste of Our Vincy Past said they were pleased to have planned the event and thanked the public for their support as they encouraged persons to embrace true Vincentian heritage. Here's a highlight from the event.